It's now time to talk to the team that got us into the KMAC way back, the East Knox Bulldogs. Head coach Andy Beatty. Coach, welcome in. It's a pleasure to have you, and welcome to the 2025 season.
Yeah, thank you. Great. Thanks for having us out here, and
Our
looking
pleasure.
forward to it.
Before we get into 25, let's talk a little bit about 24. You just missed out on the postseason last year. Early on, your quarterback, Jax Lester, was out for a couple of games with injury, but you guys kind of you straightened it out middle of the season. Then you had a grinder of the last 4 games in the KMAC. But you've had a few months to think about it. Just some final thoughts on 24 before heading into 25.
Yeah, we have spent some time reflecting on that, and the first part of that year was thankfully our schedule kind of aligned, but it was tough. We had a lot of injuries. O-line, I think the first 4 weeks we had 4 different versions of the O-line, including our starting quarterback out for a week. And so there was a lot of things we were trying to figure out and work through. And then unfortunately we kind of hit the toughest part of our schedule with a very, very young team. And it almost kind of felt like, there were times where we'd have 8, 9 sophomores out there, and you could see that, okay, this is kind of taking that war of attrition on them by the time you get there. But so that's been a big emphasis this offseason is, improving on that, getting bigger, stronger, faster, and ready for that grind.
And you guys had a lot of youth on the team as well. Just how have they, just changed from last year to this year? Summer program, you had good numbers for the summer program, things like that. A lot of youth, but a lot of experience too.
Yeah, it is interesting because we'll at practice we'll be like, all right, we'll old guys here, young guys here, and we'll have a bunch of our sophomores join the old guy group, and in a lot of ways it feels like that because they had so much playing time last year, and so we're going to be very sophomore junior heavy again this year, and so I'm excited for that, and those young men have really risen to the occasion. They recruited the hallways really well for us. We have 8 new sophomores coming out this year, and so they don't feel like sophomores because they've been so invested, so involved, and same with our juniors. Those juniors, a lot of those kids also played as freshmen too, and so you look, they have the experience, and they're ready for this moment.
And you have a lot of youth, but you do have some seniors, some juniors on there. How has the just the captain aspect of it? How have they been with these younger guys?
I'll tell you, we've been really blessed with good leadership there. The team has selected 3 captains, and I let the team vote on those. And so Jax Lester, he'll be a 4-year starter. That Lester name is probably really familiar.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's actually a 2nd-year captain. He was voted a captain his junior year as well, and so he does a great job. A young man, Miles Mitchell, who didn't play his freshman year. He lettered last year, but he is just a workhorse. He's become very vocal, and he's exactly what you want in a lineman. He does lineman things in lineman ways, and then, of course, our other senior is a young man named Aiden Riggle.
Okay.
He started as a sophomore, and Aiden is going through some really unfortunate health stuff right now, and he's actually was recently admitted to Children's and won't be able to play this season. However, he's still highly involved. He's still very much a leader, a captain, and so I expect his influence to still be noticeable with everything we're doing.
Let's take a look at your schedule coming up this year. Devil Dog's going to be on turf for once.
Yeah.
I mean, not many times East Knox gets to play on turf in the regular season, but thoughts about that, your rival getting turf?
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Bloom and I would both agree after the 2023 Devil Dog game, which was the mud. I mean, that was
still a phenomenal game. You guys almost pulled off the upset of the century in that one, too.
That was an exciting one, and for us, it was like get to the hashes because it's clear out there, and so we were throwing like crazy, and people thought we were nuts, but it was working a little bit. But I think I'm excited for them because I do think that that field, it was time for some work to be done there. So I did see they were like doing a promotion where if you donated so much money, you could name the field. And so, I thought,
Yes.
We worked at maybe raising some funds for that, but
Bulldog Field at Danville Stadium is hilarious.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're in Mount Gilead when you just said that, because otherwise people might be coming at you. But
that's why I chose it to be on the other side of the KMAC.
Yeah, good call.
For you, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, you lead off at home against the North. You had that game until the very, very end, so a chance at redemption there. And then on the road to 2 Northern 10 teams, Winford, and then Colonel Crawford, who was a play here or there from probably going to a regional championship, but you guys get another chance at them with, with Jax, hopefully 100%, you know, and guys like that. So you're going to be looking for some revenge on a couple of those games, but it's a good start for you guys getting into the schedule, which is going to be a tough conference schedule as well. Yeah.
Looking at our schedule, I mean, Northridge is a tough physical team, and you know, last year we didn't have our preview scrimmage. It ended up getting canceled, and so that first night felt very chaotic, I think, for a lot of us. And so we're very eager to go back and have that opportunity. Of course, now they have to come play on our grass after playing on turf all year. And then Winford is a very tough physical team, and then Crawford. You know, I contend they're one of the best teams in the state, and they do a good job of being pretty diverse with things. And you know, we felt like if we were healthy, if we play the way I know that we're capable of, we can be right there with them. And so, you know, I'm anticipating all three of those non-conference matchups for different reasons.
Who are some guys, you know, like I said, you have youth, but who are some names that are going to be OH Report household names in Howard here over the next couple of years? Who stood out over the summer and early fall practice for you guys?
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, obviously losing Blake Elliott at running back is a huge deal for us.
School record back-to-back games.
Over 300 yards back-to-back last year. And so there's a young man by the name of Landon Boyd. He's a sophomore, and he has looked phenomenal. He's kind of one of those, if you could build a running back, there's so much of what he does is what you'd ask for, and he's got the mentality for it. So I'm really excited for him. I think that's a name that we're going to be hearing a lot of. There's also a young man that's playing wide receiver for us, and he's legitimately one of the fastest kids in the state. He's a state finalist in the 100-meter, 200-meter. That's Logan Clark. And so, you know, we're excited to get him the ball in space, and you know, another receiver for us. Again, a legit one of the fastest kids in the state, Kason Fawcett, sophomore coming out, and he I think has legit probably grown about 6 inches this offseason. He says he's grown 4 inches, but we always round up on those rosters and stuff. So we say he's grown 6 inches.
I'm 5'11" in rosters when I was
exactly.
only 5'9". It makes you feel bigger too.
Yep, absolutely.
But does that excite you a lot, knowing that you have speed at wide receiver, knowing that you have a quarterback that can just throw dimes and put it where you want it?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, I mean, Jackson is obviously a 4th-year starter now, and he is such a good leader. He's done a great job of, you know, anticipating and helping these guys become what I think they're capable of. And so, yeah, I'm really excited for that. And that's kind of been fun for us, because I think, you know, a lot of people have this perception that we just run when we run buck, and we're going to run buck, but we're also going to get it out to our athletes and let them do what athletes do.